ACE translator for FUJIFILM Dimatix. This tool will help you convert a wide variety of different format types into high-resolution bitmaps that may be printed directly onto your FUJIFILM Dimatix printers. The advantage of the ACE translator is that it allows you to import a wide variety of formats such as DXF, DWG, GDSII, Gerber files, ODB, even PDF and PostScript files can be imported directly into ACE and converted into high-resolution bitmaps. So, in order to set up a tool here, we first recommend for first-time users is to choose the Viewer Export mode. What this does is it allows you to import the files first into ACE and then go ahead and view the results before setting up for your Dimatix printer output. Alright, so in this first sample what I'll do is I'll show you how to import a Gerber file into the ACE and be able to export out a high resolution bitmap file. So the first thing you'll do is select from the pull down here. You'll choose Gerber for the format. This will always be basically set to the Dimatix bitmap output, and I've checked this option here again to take me directly into the viewer once the file has imported. All I need to do now is press next. Select my sample Gerber files that I wish to load. If you wish to load more than one, simply select the whole group, or for this demo we'll just pick one file just to keep it simple. Okay, and you press open. Here you have an array of import options. Typically the best thing to do is just leave it alone and use the default settings. And I'll press next, and ACE will now load the Gerber file directly into the ACE viewer here. So as you see, you're able to fully verify and check your image to make sure everything looks correct and is loaded fine before you go ahead and create a Dimatix bitmap. You'll also notice here on the side, as I press the zoom out, you also have a layer control button here which allows you to turn layers on and off, change colors. Although the color will have no effect on your actual bitmap outputted, it's just there for visual reference. And there's also a wide other variety of features here. So I've loaded in my Gerber file, and the first thing I like to do now is say I'd like to export out that bitmap. So I'll just simply press this button from the toolbar, or you can go to the File menu, Export Fuji Dimatix. Here you'll get the options where you're able to select how you'd like to output your bitmaps. So you have Run in Batch mode, where that allows you to output multiple bitmaps with different variations, or you can just say no and just output one at a time. So for this sample here, we'll go ahead and select the drop spacing of 15 microns. And you'll notice here the next option that's available here allows you to choose the drop spacing. This is more of an advanced feature, but what it does allow you to do is space apart. So depending on the types of liquids that you're printing out, sometimes they may expand. And here you'll see where you can choose if you want your image to be negative, which means reversing the polarity itself. You also have the mirror option. You also have a feature here we recommend always checking, pixel optimization. Also, another nice feature is called Trim Edges. What this does is if there's any extra white spaces around the edge of your outputted bitmap, it goes ahead and removes those extra white spaces. This is perfect for alignment. We also have the ability to modify compensation. So let's say, for instance, for manufacturing purposes, I need to enlarge all the features of my bitmap. Well, by using this, you can actually control the horizontal and vertical enlargement so that all features are enlarged by whatever number of pixels that you select. So to enlarge, I would obviously, instead of using -20, I'd go down here and select 20, or I'd select 1 just to enlarge by 1 pixel in the horizontal, and I do the same in the vertical. In this case, we're just going to leave it at 0 and just use the defaults. I press next. What I'm going to do is choose a folder where to save my outputted bitmap file. And again, I can assign any name I'd like for my bitmap. So I'll just say my first, and give it that name, and press save. Pretty much that's it. So ACE has already outputted a bitmap of my Gerber file image that you see displayed here. If I press the button Output Folder, it takes me directly to the folder where that bitmap was created, and you'll see that file is right here. So let's go ahead and view this. So what you'll do is you just zoom in, and you'll see that the high resolution and the quality of the image here. We're zoomed in super far, and you'll see that it's been able to perfectly export out my Gerber files as nice clean images. So congratulations, we've been able to successfully import our file in and now output a bitmap that can be directly sent to your FUJIFILM Dimatix printer. If you have any questions, a great thing to do is just go to the help, and there's an extensive manual. It's all in PDF format, large set of examples, and anything else that you may need to help explain. What we'll do here now is we'll go to the second part, and we're going to go ahead and perform one more conversion. So all I do here is I can press restart. This basically puts me right back into the initial setup again. What I'd like to do here is we'll import a DXF file and output that to a bitmap. So the first thing I'll do is I'll select from my import the DXF for the import format, and I'll select, obviously this is defaulted. I'm going to uncheck this so you can see the normal mode. What happens is every layer that's imported, ACE will create a bitmap for each and every layer automatically. So it works really nice if you have multi-layer designs or you just need to output more than one layer at a time. It's much quicker and much more efficient. So let me go ahead and select DXF and then there. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose this one. You'll see there's 3 layers of this. But the most important thing whenever you import a DXF file is always verify that you're aware of the units, because DXF files are unitless, which means they're just numbers. They don't tell ACE what the actual numbers mean. So it's very vital that you make sure the scale and the units are correct whenever you import a DXF file. Another nice thing here is, since this is a chemical milling drawing, I can select the default options here, and it will pretty much assign these checkboxes for me that ACE believes are the best setting. Now if you don't want to import a layer, simply uncheck it or check it, whichever you prefer there, and then click next. Now here again are the exact same Dimatix bitmap export options that you saw in the previous example, but now they're here in our standard export. What you can do again here is you're able to choose your drop spacing, and we'll just go to 25 here, and the same exact options that you had before. So let's go ahead now and press. One thing you will notice is that the mirror and the negative are not here, but you'll see why in a second. Okay, so basically what happens now is that ACE is imported in the DXF file. You see a little screen capture, which is really nifty because it gives you a quick idea and reference that everything's fine. Here you'll see in the layers to export that essentially what ACE will do now is export 3 separate bitmap files, one for each layer that was outputted, and here is where you can choose if you'd like to make one negative or mirror any of the images. So that's pretty much all you need to do. Then by selecting next, I just choose the folder wherever I'd like to export my new bitmap files, and I'll just say this one, my second set, and you'll actually get 3 bitmap files exported. Perfect. So you'll see right here, ACE has exported those particular files. And again, if I go to my output folder, there they are, sitting right there. So it's a really nice, really efficient tool to allow me to export out multiple bitmaps per layer very easily. Okay, and lastly, what we're going to do in this introduction movie here is show you how to use ACE, which is more than just a conversion tool. It's a full CAD design editing tool, so it allows you to create masks and designs from scratch and still be able to export as high resolution bitmap files for your Dimatix printer. So all I need to do here is let me restart. I'll choose for the import format a new design. Basically this is going to allow me to create my own design to export out. So then I just select next. You can select your default options that you'd like to have for your Dimatix bitmap, and I'll be taken directly to the ACE editor or viewer window here. From here, again, not only can I do viewing, but as you can see, I have a whole wide range of features that I can design, draw, and add. So quickly here, I'm just going to create just a few polygons and some other shapes. So I'll just select the areas. A nice thing about ACE also is you can actually imply clear and dark areas by choosing here. If I want to have clear, say for instance, and I can draw a polygon inside of a polygon. Gives me a nice image like that. I also can, since it is a full featured editor, I can just select everything and then go ahead and go to the edit menu and select features like copy and make copies. I can also go ahead and mirror everything. Same thing here, mirror. You can choose if you want it horizontally, or you can also choose about whether I want to delete it. I'll say no, so I have an extra set of them here. And there's a whole wider range that we encourage you to explore and take a look at all the different feature sets that are included with ACE. Alright, now that I've created my design here, let me go ahead and create the Dimatix bitmap for it. So I'll go right to there. It'll use the exact same options that I had previously. Select next, and I'll call this one just design. That's a good name. Select next, go back to the output folder, and there you can see my design I just created now has been outputted to a high resolution bitmap. And if you see, I can go into any type of viewer, you'll be able to see that you can view your image there. We want to thank you very much for your interest in ACE Translator for Fujifilm Dimatix. Thank you.